Welcome back to City Bricks. This week I'm currently in the middle of taking apart the city just to get this mountain removed. I finally got the light unplugged. There's just a bunch of little small details I need to fix, like that right there, how they're not connecting. I think I want to add a bit more white to the peak. And then I have a bunch of pieces so I can add a bunch of detail to the mountain. So that's what I'm working on currently. Had to remove the police station, had to pull off my coverings, and pull out my underground scene because, it looks pretty good. It's crazy that I used all this colorful brick. Basically everything from the pick-a-brick wall except for the light gray tiles. But I thought that was a cool design. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm about to get this mountain removed, place it right here, and then add a bunch of detail. So I did end up moving both mountains, no crashes at all. So I think the stability I added to them really worked. I'm gonna give you a little look at the back so you can see how I constructed them. It was really a lot of Duplo and 2x4 brick. And I think the most important part was the Mills plate because I gave it a really strong base so I can carry it around. I need to add a bit more structure over here because I do plan on adding in a cave. And that's also what we will see right by the cinema. But here's one final look at them before I add the detail, and we'll see how much 1,000 slopes makes a difference. So this is the workstation for the next few hours. I actually have the pieces and the amount next to them. So it's about 1,400 pieces. This is the before, and here's the after. I didn't use all the pieces, I used about half of them, and then a lot of them went into this cave that I added to the side, which we'll take a look at here in a bit. But I really like the detail it added. I could have done a better job at hiding the line. I think patching in a few more rocks there would have done the job. But I do have about half of my slopes left because I do plan on doing a bunch of rock work over on this side, covering up the wall, and then a lake in the middle. But let's take a look at that cave. I was able to add a few lights in there, some people mining for gems. It's really Indiana Jones. And I kind of like how that turned out. I figured we could take a look at the cave with some of the lights off. I really like the lanterns in there that add a bit of shadow. And then that blue gem, maybe I should dim it down a little bit by adding a stud on top. So I might do that. I've also continued work on this road. I think it's gonna come off, maybe like a T-junction right here and then enter this beach area. And then that's basically it for the main highway. I still need to add some road on top of this part, but I'm still thinking about that. Also, I mentioned I was gonna begin work over here, but I'm still not 100% sure what to put because at first I was thinking like a trail or a path. But then I got to thinking if another modular comes out or like a cool Marvel set, where would those go? So that might be a good spot for it as well. And then I would have a street where I have both buildings on both sides. I could also create a mock, maybe like a story tall. So let me know what you think down below. We also got some printed tiles in. It's a bit more signed so I can make some billboards. And then we got some posters, some snacks, drinks. So I'm really excited to get those integrated into the city. So I also started moving some buildings around over here so we could better visualize what I'm planning. And I'll probably get started on this forestry area before I even make it back to that side of the city. Over here, I was thinking the first thing I'm gonna do is light up that A-frame cabin. And then I'm probably thinking of a waterfall in that back corner with a mountain range that barely goes over the cabin and the treehouse there, with a little river that connects to the treehouse, and then a lake in the middle of everything. Probably with some paths or trails around, and then a bunch of greenery. Now I've also talked about making a ranger station up against that white wall, and I'm probably still gonna do that. I'm just waiting on some pieces from Lego, a bunch of brown cylinders, and then a bunch of pieces to make some more trees. So that's what I'm waiting on before I get started. I'll show you what else I've been working on. Now I've also started working on detailing the medians. I've got some flowers, some grass, and then some bushes. Let me know which one you like most, and I'll run it for the entirety of this road. I also put a poll up on the community channel, so make sure to cast your vote. Right now it's kind of between the bushes or the flowers. We also got the A-frame cabin lit up, and this is basically how it's going to be set up. The A-frame cabin's going to be a little bit closer to the treehouse, but I really like how this area is coming along. And I think that's going to do it for this week. We did a lot of detail to the mountains, added some detail to the city, created a cave, and I've already started on next week's update. So let me know what you like, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next week.